Probando, probando, probando. Probando, probando, probando. Ok. Ok. Ok.
Back up.
Oh
We're
god.
here. I'm gonna go pick up to help you guys.
Reporting for duty, Commander.
Stick.
Hello, Lucho.
Hey, Seth.
That's
What's up, man?
Love.
Hello, Lewis.
Lycan. What's up, my friend?
Hey, get off.
Hello.
Do you have a back problem, sir?
Ooh, what's a party? I love city battles, dude. They're so fucking fun.
How'd you get that even my own teammate?
Well, I'm on a siege
Bohemia.
tank and I'm not afraid to use it.
Dropship.
Bomb the city.
Don't touch it.
Oh, that's
I'm
anything.
for it.
Ahí la hacen el bomber.
Don't shoot the tank with the drop ships. Let the ground people handle the mounted bugs.
No, kill the beam.
You guys get
before
the
they
big
shoot down
guy.
the bombers. Bastard lost, dude.
Oh, is a railgun tank okay? No! Just keep pushing.
The bomber just didn't make it.
They're panicking.
I know, right? What the fuck?
Hey yo,
Everything
Commander,
besides the crab is
do you think I could
bullet
get
sponge.
a jet?
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
People have been rocking.
There's an empty one here, by the way.
Check on the map. If the unit does not have a name on top, it is free.
No, the wasp got the other siege thing.
Yeah, we gotta
got
keep
it.
moving and stay together. We gotta move coordinated.
Bastards.
Yo, Zero. Wasp on me.
Now it's our turn to play defense. They're about to launch an attack on us. with
Far
all
away,
those
sorry.
units.
Let's try to kill those south fobs, and then as we wait for the other units to get down the hill to push the nest.
No, they're about to launch an attack on us.
Where from?
They're gonna go right up that valley because that's where we just fell. They're gonna attack this fob right here.
Okay, going on a siege tank.
South.
I'm gonna try to bombard them south.
Yeah.
What is my aim doing?
Hey Shark, why'd you get this one?
Huh? Ah, shit. He spawns. Out of reach. Damn.
So the army in the west is almost the enemy. If some people get want to teleport and take control of some of the light heavy quads and help out, that would be nice.
2 Colossus south of the Western Army.
Could also use some air support there in the west.
Colossus is coming in.
This is our final stand, I guess.
No, we're still good. We're having a lot of shit.
The music
We're
makes
still
it seem
fighting
like
a
our final
war.
stand. I'm sorry.
We're still fighting a war.
But,
Go. Two Colossus are on the move going southeast.
I'm going to get myself a siege tank.
Let's see, shit. Oh god.
Hey yo, is there anybody using this railgun tank? Yeah, okay.
Let me show you how to stream to Twitch using Streamlabs. First thing we need to
They're launching their attack now.
Let them come to their doom.
Well,
I could use some assistance on the siege tank south. A flak truck or a fighter. I'll try to tank some damage.
Yeah, sorry. I'll send it for it.
Thank you, sir.
I'm gonna get a bomber now.
They're attacking in 3 different places.
We got this.
Too, and they got a Colossus up.
I cannot see squat.
I'm gonna grab one of the bombers.
how long does it take for a siege tank to be created?
There is a free one in the middle, south
okay.
in the middle. It has no name on top. It is free. TP there or grab a bike and get
to
it.
get across the map.
You can TP at the barracks or HQ.
I'm right.
Slow.
I'm right out of
Bombers
factory.
and use the
though.
bomber turrets.
No.
Oh my god. Watch out, Talion. No, 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 no.
That's a lot of fucking bombs.
They're trying to outnumber.
They sent a swarm of wasps.
Yeah, I see. I'll make myself flip up there.
We're gonna need fighters and
So that's up there.
gunships. They got like 30.
Thank you, Pulse Truck.
Honestly, I don't know if that was a good idea because now they're nasty
No. Watch it, you caused massive damage to me.
These bugs are like way too strong. They ripped apart the siege tank in like 30 seconds.
Oh, damn. Yeah, the bugs are definitely powerful.
Don't attack the siege tank, pulse truck. You're about to kill me, man.
You think a bomber could bomb a Colossus? That'd be good.
You just gotta
The shell
position it
protects
right.
them from that.
Commander, what's our plan?
Well, we have enough of the map. We just need to grind them down. We've been slowly taking territory, so...
I have a siege tank across the map.
You just gotta... Don't let them push us back. That's all we need to do. We have...
Doesn't that mean we
just
should push?
can't be
Shouldn't we
moved.
expand to our left? Far left, expand?
They just have a
yeah, I can expand there more.
around that net.
We also, like, we just need to hold, really. Because we got all this deep, we got a bunch of resources in the safe zone that we can collect. So we're not going to be dry anytime soon.
Oh, the big push.
And we
coming
have
in.
more of the map than them.
See, right now, about 50-50 right now. We get that far left.
There's a bunch of rail tanks.
Oh, why can't humans play in first person in vehicles?
Gotta use Google Magnifier.
There are wasps in the west.
I'm gonna go for those little
Ooh.
waspies.
Yes. I'm gonna grab another siege tank.
How many bombers?
We need more fighters.
I got
We
myself.
need fighters and gunners and helicopters.
The bombers
I'm
going
gonna
down
go
to the
figure out
wasp.
how to
We don't have
repair the
anything.
siege tank.
Trying to do what with siege tank?
Repair it.
Like
Same
fair
way
vehicle?
you gotta everything is repaired the
Oh.
same.
Like vehicle factory?
So, do you mean the one that
Yeah,
you
Colossus.
did out?
The light vehicle factory.
Yeah, approach the human doors. The small ones, not the garage door. Super close. I will start repairing.
Right here. You go right there. There's light vehicle
Yeah,
factory right
I
here.
see it. Yeah, I see it.
Commander, we got Colossus far left.
Let's hold this line right here, and they're gonna push back, and then we can start pushing forward. But don't go forward too early, or they're gonna swarm us.
We got like four Z tanks here.
Oh, armor move.
Oops. My bad.
Sorry, dude. Shot you from a tank.
I know, I flew right up in there like an idiot. Going acrobatic.
Lewis, how could you?
What?
There's wasps trying
Oh
to
my
sneak north.
god, Lycan, I killed you! How? No! I'm sorry.
The fuck are you doing?
How could you?
It didn't reach,
He
man!
assassinated me. He works for the aliens.
For the queen, I mean,
He's an
for the
alien
commander.
recruiter.
Oh god. The new
I'm wondering,
plasma
guys,
tank
hey, Commander,
arc
just like
landed on you. I'm so sorry.
Harvesters. Commander, this Harvester's doing a wheelie.
Sorry, what did you say?
Send it. Yeah, just sack up. Y'all should be good to push into the city now.
I don't even know what you were thinking.
Harvester train down here.
Oh god. I will need to check on Lycan's stream
You sent them in, Zeph?
when that happened.
The harvesters are going to the front line to the past the enemy's base.
Hilarious.
I'll send some more. We have too many harvesters anyway. It's a good
Doing
choice.
good. They can charge with us.
Oh yeah, let's lead the charge with the harvesters.
Yeah, what can I say? Why is this one not moving?
Got another colossal.
Colossus pushing up on the west.
Where are you going with that?
Gonna end this war. Huh?
Dropped a good few bombs. Oh. Got some bombs off at least.
Yes, they are panicking.
Well, they're gonna panic a little bit more when they see a siege tank. Watch out, watch out. Oh, there's a behemoth? I'll deal with him.
What the fuck?
A wasp took down a jet.
Yeah,
No, you guys
And
crashed
helicopter.
into each other. You guys crashed into each other.
Davey should be
Yeah,
low.
that's funny.
Colossus over there.
Tower's right here.
Black or
Stop.
build AA turret.
Yeah, that hooked right up.
Yeah, this game.
Do we got any
sometimes
good
is just
anti-air
lag.
type of tanks?
Black trucks.
I would need some company on the siege tank. South.
So, are we finally pushing?
Yes, we are. I'm gonna try to take as many
Yeah.
buildings as I can.
Push!
Let's go, boys. We can do this.
I need help.
I'm gonna get the high ground.
Anti-air down the valley
Shoot
floor.
it, shoot it, shoot it. It's on to you, shoot it, someone. Ow, not with the tank.
Oh, I cannot make it.
Okay, well, I guess I'm charging.
Being here with everything they have.
Oh, same, I know.
Ah!
Down, medic.
I died. I have respawned.
Oh yeah, I'm dead. No, I don't think put. We need some air units.
You also aliens. There's some on the front line.
Can you ping the nest,
Oh, it's
please?
on also. Yeah.
Okay.
Go get it.
The queen is still in her nest, by the way. They never migrated her, so we can kill her.
Ness is halfway down. The queen is out.
I got it.
Awesome game, guys. That was actually turned out to be pretty sick.
Come on, yes.
Jeez.
We did it.
I don't feel bad about losing a Zeph.
I like chewing toes as a hornet. I mean, wasp.
There was something on stream?
Mars has an iron covered surface. Its core is not like there's not enough actual like iron. Like if you look at how much iron is in the core of Earth, in fact, you know what? I'm sorry, I'm not talking shit. I'm going to literally look at the cores of Earth and Mars based on obviously measurements, right? Because I forget, to be honest. I totally forget. But, like, I mean, if you did heat its inner core, yeah, I imagine you would kind of return a bit of an,
I don't know, that's my
magnetic
brother.
field.
He was gonna play, but I
But
kicked him into free mode.
I mean, I'd be lying. I'd be lying if if you could create like enough of a magnet to really like push off the to be able to kind of like divert the solar wind, you know, like on Earth. But let's have a look. Mars core. Let us have a look.
Down the hill. They're in the very bottom right.
Find replacements. I guess it was the AI con that did that.
I've got Mars, like the core of Mars, opened up on stream as well. Just pictures of it.
Yeah, I've done exactly the same thing.
You guys gotta return to base right now.
We have to get Elon Musk in here to give his opinion.
Like to check, is my microphone working? It's working. Yeah, it is working. I know it's working.
It's working.
Please turn the quads around.
So, by the way, its core is still liquid, or molten, shall we say. Mars's iron and nickel core is completely molten with no solid inner core. It is around half of Mars's radius. It is enriched in light elements such as sulfur, carbon, magnetosphere, let's have a look.
Mars fact sheet from NASA.
So why are we talking about the Mars core?
Does it have a magnetic field. It's got inertia, velocity.
Oh, I think Lycan is not.
It's length of day. It's only a slightly longer length of day to Earth.
It's like 24 hours and 34 minutes or some shit like that. I remember from Take on Mars. It's like NASA when they got rovers, like at the initial part of the mission, they usually have people on, like their people on Mars time. So they go to sleep every day 34 minutes later, and then they have to work in the middle of the night because of like Mars day. So they're always happy to go back to normal time.
It's got twice as long an orbital period.
Yeah,
pretty much.
That makes sense. That makes sense given the distance.
Did Sol build any mega structures?
Mr. Lucho. Did Sol build any mega structures? So, sort of, not on the scale of stars, not on the scale of stars, right? So like no, what's it called?
Like Dyson spheres and that sort of stuff.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Yes, Dyson sphere or Dyson swarm is more practical, but yeah, no Dyson swarm. But they did build large teleportation kind of gates, so to speak, to kind of like phase through to Proxima Centauri. So going back to the initial question, can Bolterium be used to reheat the core of Mars and return it to its magnetosphere? So it is reheated, but honestly, this goes into like an area of knowledge which is slightly beyond me. I'll have to read more up on it. Like why the core of Mars, being still molten, is not acting as it lost its dynamo, right? Essentially, but why that's the case, I do not recall, to be perfectly honest. But it clearly had one in the past. It did have one in the past because there was evidence of it in minerals, where there's magnetized things where it clearly reversed the poles. But yeah, otherwise, maybe. But like from a game, if you were talking about a game perspective, the thing is, Bolterium itself is like, obviously now we're talking about game lore, but in a realistic sense, it's meant to just multiply the input energy, right? The problem is you still have to go and the pressures inside a planet are just incredible, right? So to actually like go and reheat the center of Mars, you'd have to go through the crust, somehow go and distribute it across the entire layer of the magma, or let's say even if it's solid or whatever. It's just you're operating in absolutely enormous pressures. So Bolterium will not help you there.
And I suppose why,
unless you just like did a whole laser which would just heat up, let's say, the entire planet, right? Then maybe, but otherwise, yeah.
And I suppose why would they want to settle and do all of that to Mars when they could just literally teleport somewhere and find a planet to live on?
That's the complicated thing, Mr. Lycan, right? And that's the whole idea of the intro, that teleportation was discovered. And I'll note, this was before Bolterium was discovered. So like obviously we're talking about lore of Silica. So it was discovered before then. But the problem is its inaccuracy, right? The further away you kind of try and teleport, the more inaccurate it is, right? Obviously in the game it's excessively inaccurate, like on the surface, but that's just a gameplay thing, right? But otherwise, I mean, we're talking about like more astronomical scales, right? So within like around a planet, you could theoretically teleport as normal, or relatively normally, but the problem is taking into account all of the stars and all the black holes and planets and all these things along the path of teleportation, right? You're bending space. And when you try and bend space using, like using teleportation, which works via bending space in quotations, then the problem is it's very uncertain and it's drawn towards gravitational fields, so it's incredibly difficult to to like basically minute differences, you know, at the beginning of the path can lead to light years, you know, fall off in the distance. So, or like offset in the distance. So what usually happens is things are drawn to just, you know, black holes and stars and this kind of stuff. So that's why like the whole idea is that there's not actually too many planets available to kind of like actually explore using teleportation, because I mean, you know, at long distances you're just drawn into a black hole, right? At shorter distances, you know, it kind of curves into the star, so it's a little bit more complicated. But the idea is that they I say humans obviously in the future in 2351, after teleportation was discovered, the idea is that they built several teleportation gates to basically like create a line or like a trading route, you could say, to Proxima Centauri, which is our nearest star, right? Yeah. And then from there it's just 0.2 light years to Alpha Centauri. But otherwise, you have the planets available there. But the nearest star was Proxima Centauri, and once you know, the reality is once you actually once you're trying to terraform a planet, or like, you know, settle a planet, you don't exactly go and settle the next 10, right? Once you find one which you can actually settle, you will begin to settle it, and it's a long process, and then, you know, you begin to spread out, because, you know, you do have limited resources, right? So that's the idea. They settled Proxima Centauri, specifically Centaurus, planet around Proxima Centauri. So they settled Centaurus, and then they discovered Bolterus. So at that point, you know, expanding into the unknown was a little bit pointless, when obviously they could get a direct link to Bolterus, which was just significantly more interesting, especially given that they found Bolterium there. And then of course the whole war started with the with the aliens and stuff, and then that evolved into the human war, obviously. But shit, I completely forgot where I kind of went from. But
so in theory, they could, if they had the time and energy to do it, and not at war, and, you know, doing all other sorts of things, they could literally just teleport from solar system to solar system, exploring, right?
Purely theoretically, yes. The idea is, I mean, because like you'd make a teleportation jump. Let's just call it a jump for simplicity. But then you need to make another jump from there. Yeah. And how they solved it for like Proxima Centauri is that they put several gates along the way, right? So you'd kind of jump to the nearest gate, you'd be off from it in some kind of like relatively random direction. So you'd have to fly to the gate, take to the next gate. Again, you're not directly on that gate, you're slightly off it, etc. And repeat the process until you reach the planet you desire to, like, you know, the end of the route, shall we say.
Very similar to Mass Effect's quantum, I can't remember what they called them now. They had like quantum gates where they'd have those gates they could jump to another gate. Yeah. And vice versa. But without those gates, then they literally just stuck in the dirt. There's no like form of warp drive or slip space or anything like that.
Yeah, basically. So then you're stuck with conventional engines, you know. Yeah.
Sublight or
thrusters.
Thrusters, yeah. Speaking of which, as we was on the on the whole the Bolterus thing, what have you got to show us, Dram Lamb?
Yeah, so what have I got to show you indeed? So if you just give me a few more seconds, I'm just importing another I'm just literally importing another material for mud. Yeah?
Okay.
But there was a couple of questions. I didn't want to miss everything. Why did you have a phallic shape to the Why did you add a phallic shape to the behemoth? Can the beam be produced by insect in the hive and then shoot? Well, the phallic shape you speak of is meant to be kind of like a flower shape, right? It's not phallic. Come on, it doesn't look like a dick. But
it's got some balls, though.
It does have a ball, one ball, yeah. I honestly just kind of like I liked the very clear directionality of it, right? Because you can see which way it's facing, right? If it doesn't have a dick shape, right? And let's be honest, I mean, if you're eating a Calippo ice cream, what are you sucking on? Like, it's just, I mean, everything looks like dicks, you know. I mean, if we go down like to quote Superbad, you know. Well, but anyway, never mind. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I didn't add a phallic shape specifically. It just, yeah, it's the shape which kind of made sense to kind of like direct the energy. That was the idea. You have to get Elon on here to give his opinion about terraforming Mars. I'm not sure Elon is the most qualified for that, to be perfectly honest. But you know, he's not a scientist, so it's just what he read up, and of course he has like I'm very sure he read much more about it than I did, but he has engineers and scientists he can rely on, which is important for him. Did Sol build any? Oh, that's what we read. This is the megastructures. So why are we talking about Mars's core? Says Mr. Lucho. It's because of one of the questions before, which is literally about 4 lines above what you wrote, but obviously you couldn't see it at the point. Dram, can Bolterium be used to reheat the core of Mars and return its magnetosphere? Yeah. It was about terraforming. And so no, Mars is not terraformed. It's settled, but not terraformed. So we just need to increase the size of the core by crashing Ceres and Vesta into it. I'm not sure you'd achieve what you want, man. I mean, Ceres is a dwarf planet. If you crash that into it, I mean, if you look at Mars, you know the volcanoes, yeah, like Olympus Mons. Like, this is the entire Tharsis region. If you look opposite to it, you have the Hellas Basin, Hellas Planitia, right? That's a gigantic crater, 2,500 kilometers wide from memory. That was caused by an impactor, and God, I forget how many million years, like a billion years ago. I think 1.6, maybe more, much more than that. I forget. I don't want to lie. But that ejected so much material into like space that we get meteorites raining from Mars on Earth today. I've actually, like, you can buy them. Most of them fall on Northwest Africa, and they are confirmed to be from Mars. Thanks to Curiosity and Pathfinder, and sorry, you know, all the rovers that have been there in the past. Yes, there's the small little meteorites you can buy, Shokatites, right? With a little bit of olivine inclusions. You know, indicating Mars's wet past. But that aside, yeah, Hellas Planitia, when that impacted, it caused a massive bulge in the magma onto the other side, causing the Tharsis bulge, and that's why Olympus Mons grew to such a massive extent. You know, it wouldn't have otherwise. You know, but it's also to do with its gravitational field. You know. Yeah, I mean, the strength of its gravitational field just because of its mass, right? Because that allows much higher dunes, much higher mountains, and so on.
I would assume that's coming from the fact that how Earth was relatively formed. Because God knows how long time ago, but it was during the very early life cycle of Sol. But Earth was already like a molten, barren planet, and it got hit by what was now the moon, which was another dwarf planet. So I would assume you'd need Mars to be a relatively early life for it to have any sort of like molding impact rather than just a shattering effect. So I have a feeling if you hit Mars with another dwarf planet, it's not gonna combine and do things. It's probably gonna end up smashing the planet as well.
It will. The difference, there's a big difference between a planet and an asteroid, right? Or a planetoid, let's say, right? So an asteroid does that. That's why Ceres, for example, is a dwarf planet. Yeah, it under its own gravity, it spherifies, right? Whereas, for example, you know, normal asteroids, they have all kinds of shapes and sizes because there's not enough gravity to kind of like reform the object into an actual sphere, right? There's not enough gravity for that. So that's why you get, you know, on the moon, I mean, the gravitational acceleration at the surface is 1.611 meters per second, something like that. You know, fuck all compared to Earth, right? You could jump onto your nearest balcony, right? But the main point is it still is very spherical, you know. Mars is 3.711 or something like that. But apart from that, you know, that's the problem. If you did, like, I mean, literally, if you smashed Ceres, like, the thing is, at planetary scales, okay, when you're talking about such large scales, things act like liquids. right? I mean,
Yeah.
just think of a landslide on when there's an eruption. You know, the entire, like, let's say, oh god, what was the name of it? St. Helens. Yeah, St. Helens eruption.
Yeah.
That just, like, literally the side of the mountain just, you know, just flowed, you know? At these kind of scales, things just act like liquids, you know, like, so that's the kind of, like, imagine if you built a castle or a mountain out of sand, right? Like a mountain, I mean, not mountain scale, but, you know, on the beach. You know, let's say human scale. I mean, if you go and punch it, the whole thing will just, like, slide down, right? That's how this stuff acts. So when a massive body, like celestial body, hits, for example, Mars, it is going to liquefy the surface, especially given the temperatures. It's going to plasmify some part of it, and then liquefy the rest of it. And most likely, an impact with something like Ceres, I mean, again, we talk, like, it really depends on the impact velocity, right? That's crucial. The thing is, like, for example, the standard impact velocity of asteroids, or like meteorites in that case, onto Earth's surface is 16 kilometers per second.
Disconnected.
14 to 16, right, per second, like atmospheric entry speed. But for comets, that's like 50, right? It's I mean, so if we're talking about, but obviously if we're talking about literally a collision with a planet, you know, or planetoid, in this case, a dwarf planet, let's say Ceres, just like it happened with our moon in the past, or like with what preceded the moon, I think it was called Orpheus or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Then, you know, the velocity difference is not going to be like in the order of, like, let's say 20, 30 kilometers a second, but more like, let's say 15. Velocity difference is not going to be like, still, it's irrelevant at those kind of sizes. The gravitational difference between the objects. Yeah, I mean, if you took, for example, the planet that impacted with the Earth, causing our moon, creating our moon, you know, given it was slightly around the same size or slightly larger than the moon, right? As you get close to, like, the Rothschild limit, I think it's the Rothschild. I believe it's the Rothschild limit. Then what happens is you start to the Roche limit. Sorry, things start to kind of like squeeze towards each other because of the gravitational acceleration, and your planet literally starts to fall apart. If two Earths collided, it wouldn't be two spheres which just go bang, right? They literally just go like, and just kind of like meld and become molten entirely, right? So if we're talking about Vesta, or more specifically Ceres, impacting, let's say, Mars, you're talking about liquefying the entire surface, basically. You know, so not a good idea.
Yeah, it would take a very, a super long time for it to even start cooling.
Billions of years. Well,
yeah.
You know, I mean, it really depends on what happened, like what kind. Again, it really depends on the velocity of the impact, right? Because if you have really large velocity, things are going to be spinning, you know. And if it is spinning, I mean, when the moon formed around the Earth, it was when it would pass. You know, now you've got a tide which lifts what I think 2-3 meters, the water, right? It lifts our ocean by, or like, you know, the water on the planet by 2 or 3 meters, tide specifically. But back then, well, I mean, it was literally absolutely ginormous when it, like, reformed in the sky above Earth, and it would lift the ground by 10 meters. So, and it would lift, like, the ocean by 100 meters. So it's like, you know, if you're talking about the formation of planets and then their subsequent cooling, it takes billions of years purely because of the amount of energy that was involved, and you know, because because it's spinning, right? So if you had an impact, let's say a direct impactor. Right, so it was direct, kind of like it didn't glance. Yeah? If it wasn't a glancing blow, then it might slow the spin. It's a bit difficult to say, but but with Earth and the Moon, it was a glancing blow, right? Not completely glancing, but it was, you know, off to the side, causing a decent amount of spin on the Earth, which means it remains blobified, if you want to call that, for quite some time before kind of like cooling and spherifying, right?
Yeah.
So it's all about I mean, literally just comes down to physics, right? But yeah, I mean, you wouldn't be able to settle Mars for the next billion years, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know? Just because the surface temperatures would be so high, it would lose a lot of its atmosphere, right? Any atmosphere you try to do with terraforming, you'd lose in that event, you know. Not to mention, you'd probably lock away a lot of its atmosphere, as what's it called? Because I mean, such a gigantic impact would probably cause a lot of things to heat up to such degrees that they would just you know, if you had, for example, again, I'm not sure, I forget the composition of what's it called, Vesta. But let's say you had an iron meteorite, right, or an iron asteroid the size of Vesta. If that collided with Mars, it would just, I mean, it would oxidize. It would just eat away your oxygen atmosphere entirely, you know. But it's obviously, you know, I mean, I'm just theorizing here.
Just need to teleport Kara's investor into Mars. Oh my God.
That would end really badly.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what would happen there. It would end up like, I don't know. What would it... Yeah, it would just... Yeah, I don't know.
If you teleported Ceres into Mars, for example, or Vesta into Mars.
So,
you know what? Fuck it, let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at the mass of Ceres, because I completely forget, yeah?
So if it just miraculously materialized inside of Mars, that would just be all sorts of weird. Would it, like, crack Mars apart?
Well...
Because it's got to dissipate its mass somewhere, hasn't it?
Well... I mean, the idea of how the teleportation was meant to work is it wouldn't be entirely like that it would just like pop into existence there, right? But let's say it kind of did, then you'd suddenly have double the density in the core of the planet, which would cause just a massive explosion, essentially. Just eliminate Mars entirely.
The new Death Star, teleportation.
Well, I mean, if you teleport a planet into or a planetoid into a planet. Let's have a look.
Don't give Sol ideas. We want we want Centauri to be okay. Don't Sol to end up teleporting an asteroid into, you know, into the core and blowing up planet up.
Yeah, it's not even 1%. It's about 1% of the moon. Its mass, Ceres. It's let's just say not entirely negligible. Its mass, right? In fact, how big was the impactor for the Hellas Basin? Hellas Planitia Impactor. Yes. Yes, so 2,300 kilometers east to west. So I remember that correctly. That's good. But oh god, what was the size of the object? Piss off! I want to know when the. Oh, an interesting detail. At the bottom of, like, you know, most of the global, like, I'm going to say global, but planet-wide dust storms that occur on Mars, right? That last, let's say, months. They usually start off in the Hellas Basin. And purely theoretically, at the deepest points in the Hellas Basin, it is possible for for water to reach the triple point, right, where it can be basically gas, liquid, or solid.
Right.
Purely theoretically. Of course, you know, we've never been to the Hellas Basin, but you get the point.
I feel like we got a little sidetrack. Yes.
We did a little sidetrack. We did get a little sidetrack, but yeah, I mean, Mars is something I spent 7 years with, so 6 years, in fact, to take on Mars. So, fuck, was it really that long? Jesus. Whatever. I can't find the impactor. I won't let myself get distracted anymore by it. But yeah.
Yes.
Here's a balanced unit idea. Crabs with Gatling guns. Gatling gun arms, thank you. That's a very good idea, Ty. That's a very, very good idea. I like this. I'm sure the aliens will welcome it. I'm not sure the humans will have the same reaction.
So the difference between Earth's core and Mars' core is Earth's center core is solid. So it's a solid iron core. And then
of course.
Mars' core is molten. And that's
Yeah,
why it's got no
dynamo.
magnetic. It's got no like magnetic pull as such, like a magnetized core in the center of Earth.
Well, it's, if you spin obviously a solid within liquid thing, you will cause a dynamo effect. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And hence the generated magnetic field. Dram should host a TED Talk. I'd be fucking boring. Honestly, I would. Final chaos chat. Humans just need to teleport.
God.
Yeah, that's what I said. What happens if you teleport something inside something else in Silica lore? Well, literally, you're putting atoms near other atoms. So if you look at the subatomic level, in some cases you'll get some of the protons being put into other protons, so you get the subatomic particles kind of like melding, thus exploding. Otherwise, you're putting, if you imagine, let's say I put the center like an atomic core here and another atomic core here, and you've got all the electrons obviously in shells around that, then they will just violently explode and meld into like you wouldn't have a good time. Explosion, basically.
Yeah, so no
It's the same
teleporting
thing.
humans into humans because explosion. But blood
basically.
explosion.
So like obviously from like a lore perspective, using teleportation to move around the battlefield is not exactly the most practical thing you could possibly do. It would be a very effective weapon. That's very true. But I have preferred not to choose that direction for very obvious reasons. It's like, hey, I'll just teleport that nearest rock into the headquarters of the enemy.
That's what I was saying. Like, don't give so ideas about like the planet of Bolterus. Bolterus, sorry.
That would make a pretty interesting super weapon, wouldn't it? Not that it would teleport into something, because that would be very annoying, but let's say teleporting an asteroid just above the enemy base, causing an impact. That could be interesting, but it would look absolutely ridiculous.
I mean, you've shown us your orbital teleporter thing that allowed the re-entry of that device. You could technically exchange that for an asteroid.
Yeah, you could.
Like a small asteroid.
I mean, to be fair, the most effective would be to teleport above the enemy base at high range and just let it fall. I mean, it gets the kinetic energy quite well. So there's not. I mean, well, you could probably try and counter it, but yeah, just teleporting directly into the enemy would just be the easiest, because you don't need a big rock in that case.
You just teleport Harvester into the HQ. There you go, easy.
Yeah. Black hole type reactions, probably just huge energy release. Well, I mean, you probably wouldn't. I mean, because if you're putting it, if you put the they would have to literally hit directly each other, right? The subatomic particles to literally cause kind of like a micro black hole. But of course, a micro black hole would just evaporate almost instantly, so it would just cause a massive explosion. But more you'd create unstable atoms. They just fall apart straight away, basically. MBTR, hi Dram, I feel like crabs are too expensive as an alien commander for them to be viable. Any plans on a buff? Yes, right after AI, because AI is absolutely crucial for in fact all units, right? And that's what I'm working on, unit tactics and all this kind of stuff. So once the AI is on the level I am happy with, which will take another month or two at least, then I will be diving into balancing, because it's going to have a very heavy effect on balancing. Crabs with rocket boost. Yeah, sure, why not? That makes sense. I think it fits right into the lore, man. Or we hit black hole levels of density. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just to clarify how much you need to squeeze matter to get it to black hole levels, to infinite, right? But I mean, literally to the wait. Was it Rothschild limit? Oh God, what is it again? Roche limit, I believe. Roche limit, yes. No, Roche limit was where they start to break up. Yes, well, I believe Rothschild radius. I believe it was. Right. Critical distance from the center of a massive body where the gravitational pull comes from the light can escape. Yes, that's where they kind of like meld together, basically. Yeah, I mean, it would require just such an insane amount of pressure that, you know, creating a black hole is just incredibly problematic. That's an orc weapon in 40k. They use it to teleport goblin-like creature in on the enemy. Fair enough. Teleporting harvester would probably fix the harvester in game. I did teleport in the past. That's true. I didn't do that. What's the progress of AI right now? Honestly, I got sidetracked by Unite, and also partially by the intro mission because, yeah, it was very important to create the intro mission and create like the possibility, like all the stuff that it required to be able to make continuations of, you know, of, for example, Prospector and whatnot. But I'll get into that more on that later. But I did have to get sidetracked for that, so I lost basically what, 3 weeks maybe, roughly speaking, maybe a month in total. But yeah, otherwise, basically I'm reworking the AI base agent, and I have to do that separately to not break things, if that makes sense. What can you tell us about this first pass of AI? Oh, I guess that kind of explains what I mentioned before. But essentially, what I need to do is I need to, right now, from a performance perspective, the AI base agent and the behavior trees it currently uses are just shit. Yeah, like it needs to be overhauled for multiple reasons. And I don't want to be using behavior trees for them. So once that's done, I want to do AI unit like individual unit tactics. So for example, you'll have gunships will have their own specific tactics, so where they'll kind of like, let's say, circle around an enemy, or probably not pass over the top because that has its disadvantages, right? But they'll be, let's say, circling around an enemy while using the minigun. At the same time, sometimes they'll do a rocket pass, you know. So it's about these kind of tactics where they'll choose what they want to be actually doing. You know, where for example a bomber will do just a pass over the top, obviously with the bombs. You know, and then individual unit tactics for infantry might be that they'll engage the target and then hide behind some cover and so on and so on. Right? That's individual unit tactics. And there's group tactics, which is obviously for infantry. That's where it's most important, where they should act like a squad, right? So kind of like some will move behind cover while the others suppress, while the others move, and so on. I'd like to have some more advanced tactics like that eventually, yeah. But that's the kind of like group level tactics, and that goes all the way up to having, for example, you know, if I select an entire group, my entire army, and I send it should work as a cohesive whole, right? So something will be guarding the siege tank, while other things, they'll kind of like break up maybe into some small groups, but they'll kind of progress together, right? That's the kind of target for the AI. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. That's why it's going to be the next 3 months easy. Very scientific stream. Didn't know Dram was an astrophysicist. Definitely not an astrophysicist. Just very passionate about it. But because I did Take on Mars, which was a simulator, literally about exploring and then colonizing Mars. Well, not colonizing, but kind of like the first steps of colonizing Mars. Then, and we wrote a kind of entire encyclopedia, which was kind of like given to the player in little blurbs of information, right? So it was kind of very digestible and interesting. It was really, really fun to kind of put all that stuff together. Yeah, and I kind of went really down the rabbit hole, where when you constructed, for example, buildings, you constructed them from individual panels. To construct the panels, and once you constructed it, you know, it calculated the actual volume of the structure, and then I calculated how much actual gas you would need to put in based on the molar mass and so on. I just went way down the rabbit hole for that shit. But otherwise, the individual panels you had to create from relevant materials, which you had to find on Mars, which you had to get from soil, atmosphere, and, you know, the rocks and stuff. So it was I went way down the rabbit hole. That's why that game is just, no one's fucking heard about it, because it's just way too complex. Yeah, but yeah, that's all. But on the upside, I know a lot about it, and I actually got to work with NASA for a while. worked on like
Nice.
a scientific paper with them, like that was utilizing games to control real rovers on Mars. Unfortunately, that scientific, like that kind of project was not chosen. What was chosen in favor of that was Europa Clipper. So you've probably heard of that one. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. And I also got to take part in a like NASA Our Red Planet workshop, which was internal in NASA. Like there was no press or anything like that. I felt like the dumbest person in the room by a long shot. Like all of the scientists, there was people there which had decades of experience of putting rovers and things onto Mars and into space, and they're like, oh yeah, just we can get, I think it was like what 1.5 tons to Mars, you know, and they were going into all the numbers and stuff. I was like, Jesus Christ, imposter syndrome, you know. But it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Like I'm trying to make a new little screen while he waits. Yeah, that's true. What is the base agent? Okay, so the base agent is the kind of or agent, if you want to call that, is what kind of is the AI logic, right? So if you think about yourself, your brain would kind of be the base agent, right? So you look around, you kind of take input, like what the fuck can I see, and then you think about what I can do given the situation. So if I'm hungry, you know, I need to get some food. How can I do that? You know, that gets into the higher level logic. So I'll get input. I need to get food. You know, that will come from your stomach, or like let's say your blood sugar levels.
What the fuck is going on with my aim?
Right? And then you will think, okay, well, that'll lead to logical kind of logical things where you know you need to find food. So the base agent is what kind of you know, calculates the logic of how to achieve that. Not the pathfinding. That's pathfinding itself. But the logic, you know, so to get food, I need to get, for example, I need to get a knife, and I need to get a loaf of bread, yeah? I need to get a cutting board. Or if I'm lazy, I don't need the cutting board, and I'll just damage my table. You know, so it's this kind of thing. Dram, have you played Terra Genesis? It's a mobile game where you terraform Mars. I think I've seen it on there, but I completely forget if it. I avoid on mobile. I completely avoid anything with microtransactions. Unless it's like a one-time pay and just no more ads or anything like that. I just avoid things which are play to win. If it is play to win, then it's something I will not be trying, quite frankly. It's just not a fan of that kind of gameplay, man. You know, because it's designed to kind of like force you into into spending, and I'm just not a fan of that kind of monetization. Other people maybe, that's fine. I'm just not a fan of it. I think I've reached the bottom of the questions. No microtransactions, it's a chill game. You know what, I'm gonna have a look it up then. Because that does sound interesting. So look, because I'll forget about it by tomorrow morning. Terra Genesis. I think I've seen this before. I swear I've seen this before. And so, or at least when I played 2 to 3 years ago, I assume. Yeah, it looks pretty nice. Well, and so you say, is it like a one-time payment, or is it that you gotta like keep paying? Like, are you still working on your screenshot, by the way?
I've done it now. I've done it. I put 2 fusion reactors at the back. It looked pretty cool.
Roger.
I have done my screenshots.
Lovely. Alright, I am happy with this mud. And I'll just put it in, and then I can show what I've been also working on. What has also distracted me, but only that was like the past few days, like 2 days.
Oh, can't wait to see this. Make sure to check like an MB stream.
Give me a second.
Because I'm just hearing it.
Mud.
Could be a new title screen. You know, could be. You know, it's got the Queen on the little rock back there. It's got the siege tank parked up. It's got the Colossus in the background. It's got a little silo in the middle.
What happened to my texture? Interesting. It looks nothing like I wanted it to look. Why is this? What have I broken?
Oh shit. It.
Traps broke something, chat.
Yeah, I've broken something. I'm trying to fix it. Oh, come on.
No.
It is particularly enthralling. Well, it looks nothing like I wanted it to look, is the issue. Alas, alas. Just give me like 1 more minute. No, I'm gonna try and fix this. I believe this. Yes, it looks so good. It looks like shit over there. Oh.
What are we saying, guys? 1 or 2? 1, 2. So you got night time and daytime.
Night looks pretty awesome, man. Except it's way too dark. What you want to do is open the console and put moon scale, let's say 5.
Moon scale 5. Right, I'll remake it.
So just scale the moon brightness.
I'll quickly remake it.
In the year 23.
Oh, damn.
Oops. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I got insta at HQ. We're being swarmed.
Starting cinematic change? There is indeed, yes. Yes, there is. There's also an introductory mission as well. If you haven't played it yet, I highly suggest you play it. It is very fun indeed.
Highly recommended.
Right, so we had the siege tank, which was here. Do I put siege tank down or rail tank? I think the siege tank just plays a big role, doesn't it? It's just a big boy. Alright, I better deactivate the AI as well. There we go. Rail tank? What, over the siege? We'll check the rail tank out as well. Probably not from that distance though. Oh god. Okay, we're good.
Okay, I think I am
Okay, they are restarting the server.
pleased enough with it, possibly, maybe, to be able to show it.
Ooh.
Make sure. Yes.
Maybe at the Queen. Queen is number 8.
I'll have to put proper footstep sounds and stuff, but that aside.
Okay. And then I'm going to spawn 2 fusion reactors up here. Fusion reactor 01. And fusion reactor 01. We did have a put a vehicle here actually. Someone with some nice lights on it. What we thinking? Could always put a bomber there. Perhaps. Spin it around. Might be a bit too big. Yeah, it's not going to be in shot either. Get rid of it. Let me know when you're ready, Mr. Dram, and I'll gunship? Always do the gunship. Could always put 2 of them there, maybe. Make like a group of them.
I'm just checking that everything's set up as I had intended. Yes. Yeah. This looks much better than I had before. Yes. Oh, yes. I like this, and I will need about... Wait, how long do you have? I don't want to waste your time.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
Roger that. In that case, give me about 2 more minutes. I'll put in the last thing which I intended to put in. Yes. Sounds good. Yes.
Very good. Right, and then we said set what? Set the moon scale?
Say hi, Peepa.
So what are we going to do? Set the moon scale to 5. Set moon scale 5. Wait, no. What's the command for that?
Moon scale?
Yeah.
Just type in moon. Put in moon and like 10. Just try it to see if it works.
Oh, I put in 5. That's pretty light. That's pretty nice.
That's how you do like for screenshots. Yeah, exactly. That's it. That's the one, man. That's the shit. I usually use like moon scale 5 for thing because you want it to be dark for nighttime, but you want it to be bright for daytime. Sorry, for screenshots. Make sense? Ambient occlusion. Shit.
Okay.
Slightly darker? What about that? Moon 2. Where's the globular as well? That might be a good shout. Let me just change the time. See if I can find it. Thing is, my little keyboard's behind my monitor, so it's like out of the way. What's that? But time is also moving, so I need to pause time. Or slow it down at least. I know, I could do it like that. Oh, zoom out. Whoa.
We have space for another ref south, Commander.
Sorry to keep you guys waiting. I will be done in a few moments.
Okay.
Just hard at work, yeah? Right. Yeah, save the alpha channel, for Christ's sake, come on. Yeah. Do these, you do these.
Wait, what's that in his eye? It's like a little box in his eye.
What do you mean, box?
It's like a little box. When I took a screenshot of the Colossus and its eye.
Can't really see it, man. Not at least in the stream.
Can't zoom in either. I haven't really got a good photo app on this computer. Show on disk. Suppose it'd be that one. We'll open up the big version. That's the projectile? What, that thing?
It's not, just the projectile is not visible.
It's like a little backwards L. it's calling me a loser.
Oh, what?
Okay, what are we saying, lads? Oh, that one's that, you know, we've got this one. Got this one. That's the one where it was very dark. That was one that was very dark as well. We had the line from the two tanks active. That's pretty cool.
Oh, what's going on, Lycan? It doesn't. Oh, are you fucking serious?
Uh-oh.
Oh, I was just putting in like a rock texture and it doesn't tile. It does not tile. Why the does it not tile? Ugh. So much for that, eh? Oh, so I can delete it again. That worked out just fine.
Heavy stealth or true stealth? In what context, Christian? I like these fusion generators, by the way. They're very cool. What's Dram cooking? You didn't follow?
I will show it.
You have to wait. You have to wait. Dram is cooking.
Oh shit.
Dram, Lycan, which is your preferred style? Heavy stealth or true stealth? Personally, like, in most games, I either go full heavy or I go full stealth. So I worked on the dark mode a long time ago, and I loved Thief 2. You know, so I really love stealth games. And in almost all RPGs, I always choose like a stealth character, right? So a rogue. But otherwise, I either choose rogue or I choose Doom. So it's
I'm in the opposite.
In Silica, I prefer guns blazing, to be perfectly honest.
I'm the opposite in games like that. I try stealth, but then I get fed up and I just kill everything. I just go and I'm the type of person that allows chaos to take over. I bow to the dark gods.
Fair.
I think the only time I've been truly stealthy in like an RPG was probably Skyrim, but I had to force myself to do it. Like, force myself to do it. Even then, I end up just... Like, if I even get caught by one person, I just end up murdering everybody, so... It's... Yeah. I mean, if you watch, like, some of my stuff as well, like other games that I've played on stream, where I've tried to be stealthy, you know it just fails. You know? Like Alien Dark Descent, for example. I try to be sneaky around the aliens. Just...
Gotta be sneaky, Charlie.
I just end up just going all guns blazing. And then I end up getting punished for it, because I end up losing my whole squad or something. But, it's what it is.
It is what it is, what it is.
But yes, I kind of like did a little inspiration to the main menu. You know, a little bit different.
I'm just about finished. My man. Just.
Fun fact, by the way, guys, not everyone will know this. You can actually adjust the time of the main menu, or if you let it tick long enough, it will literally go to nighttime.
I'm distracted.
This is true. Very true.
And you can have nighttime Silica with the logo glowing, pulsating in the background.
Indeed. Very true.
I'm about to die with the hunter again.
And then what I could also do is go moon. Ah. And they have a lighter version of the background. I think the main... Yeah, you can remove the menu. What else can I explore?
Oh god. Very curious what Dram wants to show us. Wonder what that is.
My selection is reused.
Dram is cooking.
I'm cooking indeed.
It's cooking a feast. So if I... Right, I'm gonna regret doing this, aren't I? Oh, okay, it's not too bad. Oh god! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Hold on!
What have you done?
I set the sun scale to 10.
Oh dear God! And people complain about flashbang, and you're just making it worse.
Oh. I set the sun scale to -5. And it's literally just nighttime. But in a weird way. Interesting. Yeah, it says, oh no, the sun's too bright. Next time I'm going to turn cheats on and set it to 10 and watch everybody just die. I don't even want to try and set it to 20. Oh god, I did. Yeah, you can't see nothing. Even 2 is like very bright. But I suppose it's 2 times the current level, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can I not set it to like 0.5?
You can. Yes.
0.5? Ooh, so you can actually turn down the brightness of the sun. Interesting. When you put it to 0, it goes dark. 0 light. Oof.
Oh god.
Nah, this texture looks shit.
Oh, sun 0.15. .01. Oh, that's cool. It's weird, but it's cool. Yeah, it's like an eclipse, isn't it? No, stop moving, Colossus. Where's he going? Oh, it was up too high, that's why.
Alrighty, so... I believe I can stream now, Mr. Lycan.
Cool. So I'm just playing and ruining your sun, your star in.
You are ruining my things.
Took a cool screenshot there. It's pretty cool. Oh, he's even got like the heat going around the. You can see like the heat going around the. Yeah, the haze going around the outside because technically it's still day. Pretty cool. Right. How do we do this again? I think you share it in the Video Ninja and I can just pull it straight in.
Yeah, share a screen. Let's have a look. Entire screen, and then it allows me to share audio. Alright, hopefully we're not going to hear you twice. Yeah?
Yeah. I can mute myself though. I can mute myself in the actual... Yeah, no, it should be fine. If not, I can just mute myself.
Let's try it. Alright, I'm sharing it, man.
Testing.
Jesus Christ. You can hear yourself, right?
I'm gonna mute myself.
Roger.
Okay.
You're gonna mute yourself on not on Discord as we're talking, right?
Yeah.
So I can still hear you now, maybe? Like it?
1 second.
Yes. Double Dram. Can you guys still hear me double?
Right.
What is that? Grass?
Me double.
What about now? Okay. Yeah, I've muted the... I know what. So I deafen this. Then I unmute this. What about now? Right. Can you speak, Dram? Oh, wait, hold on. I've muted myself, haven't I? Right. Hold on, I need to...
Kill those shrooms! No!
Okay, I think I know what to do. Right. Can you hear me? We will get that, chat. We will get there. Why won't it let me talk on the website? Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh god.
Right, hold on. Okay. Okay. It's fine. I'll need to mute myself. On Discord, yeah. I'll try and get it working on the website. There's a way I can talk to you via the website. I've got to figure out how.
God.
Oh, I've got it here. Hello? Hello? Right, let me just mute here a minute. Hello? You still hear me? Yes, I think you can. Hold on. Right, hello? Yeah, you can hear me? Cool. Right, it's sorted. It's sorted. It sounds different. It sounds different because we're going through another source. No Dram sounds. You can't hear Dram at all. Is that because it's not coming through here? What about now? You speak, mate, Dram?
Blah blah blah.
We good?
Hello. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Testing.
We're good.
Okay. I assume that's okay then? Okay, fantastic. Alright.
So it's going to sound slightly different because it's not going through Discord, which kind of enhances the quality of the audio. It'll be different. It'll be done through the website, so it might sound a bit more tinny, but it's still Dram. Don't worry, it's not an alien.
Well, as long as you can understand me, that's the most important thing. So let me know when I can begin.
Yes, you can. You may begin.
All right, fantastic. So here, I'll turn the lighting effect. So this is Centaurus. Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Oh wow.
Currently this is the atmospheric setup. Yeah, so that means literally the lighting, the kind of like the bass sound effects, the materials that will be used, and so on. Right. I'm just gonna move a little closer to this. There we go. Maybe I can actually do automatic processing on broadcast, but. And by the way, can you guys hear the sounds in the game? You should hear rain.
Oh.
Yeah, can hear the rain.
Fantastic.
First time we see some plants
so,
in Silica.
just looking around. Welcome to Centaurus. That's Proxima Centauri. So you guys complained about sun. This one is not bright. It's nice and dark. So there's vegetation in this one, obviously. Mm-hmm. Still testing vegetation. Yeah. But otherwise, as you can see, everything's wet. Raindrops drip. There's, clouds constantly. There's constant rain. Puddles everywhere. Just need to do the materials for them and stuff. But as you can see, everything is wet. Yeah. And importantly, it does not rain inside. Yeah.
Cool.
Might I think. And if I put, let's say, really early morning, you can see the clouds in the sky. If I turn on the light, they're actually lit like the raindrops.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's meant to be because it's a red dwarf, like Proxima Centauri is a red dwarf.
Yeah.
Then you have the flaring. I mean, if you saw that, you'd probably be dead, but fuck it, it's good for atmosphere. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, like I mentioned, you have trees planted. They're meant to be kind of like more rainforest, things which can live in constant rainfall. And during the night, and this is what I want to kind of like push it through. All right. Is all that thing. You have on the other side, I'm not sure how well it's visible, but you have Alpha Centauri.
Alpha Centauri, yeah. Yeah.
With Beta Centauri right next to it. Not visible. Because so dark. So 0.2 light years away. Yeah, so it's not a moon in the night sky, you got a bit of asteroids, yeah, which are reflecting a bit of the light from Proxima Centauri. But otherwise you have kind of like dark atmosphere. Obviously, you can see that the plants are actually green. Yeah, so they're from Earth. They're not adjusted to kind of like this environment. See the kind of like grass and stuff. Well, not the grass. The kind of like fallen leaves. Yeah, obviously, ignore the terrible layout of the map itself. You got puddles and shit of mud. You can see the reflection there. And I'm putting in today, you can see Alpha Centauri going down and Proxima rising. And that's pretty much it. I mean, literally, just playing around with materials, like to get a good mix, a good feel of the location. As you can see, everything is wet, right? All of these rocks, and you'll recognize these rocks. I will be reusing them, but you can see they're all wet.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of have the sheen. So it's a bit different. Well, very different to obviously to bolters. The aliens and humans. I'm just going to disable the AI so they don't start shooting at each other. Obviously, the humans and aliens look well wet as well. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes. Vehicles look very nice. I mean, literally, this is the advantage. I don't have to change the coloring of the vehicles. The kind of the red does it for you. Yeah, they still work very well here. And the nice thing is, when you add something like a hover tank, you get a dab of color. Yeah. In an otherwise very red environment.
Yeah.
And then, if I put in, well, for example, these guys. You get the point. And aliens. You get a wet crab.
So now the Queen have wet tentacles. Oh my god, Rex, don't.
I'm not going there. I'm not going there. But yes. Yes, there you can see.
Nice. Make sure to check it out, guys.
But anyway, yeah, so she has wet tentacles.
Sneak peek on Centaurus terrain.
It's a wet queen.
A wet queen.
For future maps.
And a wet Goliath. I mean, it's not ultra wet, like it's not, heavy rainfall, it's like light rainfall, as you can see, like constant but light rainfall. So, with porous sand, so it kind of like disappears into the, it kind of like streams off them. That's meant to be warm, yeah, that's important. Hence why things are meant to like dry a little bit quicker, so you've got a very moist environment. So everything's wet, but not like, it's fully soaking wet.
Yeah.
So I still need to work out all the other, all the little silly things. But otherwise, yeah, the aliens work pretty well in this, like visually speaking. You kind of get that nice reflection effect in the mornings, the sun glinting off the puddles and.
So the crab can burrow faster because it's easier to dig.
Yeah. And in the night, you could say, you get this kind of a.
Oh.
I wanted it to be wet, and the good thing is, if I put, for example, this on lights, you can see the rainfall nicely.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
So it's very atmospheric. That was the idea of this. Oh, the culling. I'll have to fix that up for the lights. To be fair, the raindrops are much larger than they should be, but it works well for the atmosphere.
Yeah, yeah.
So, what does everyone think?
Love it.
So now the Queen of Wet Tentacle, yes. It's going to be a law reason why aliens would be there, like a captured queen. Precisely. Captured queen is exactly the idea. Taken here and analyzed. But otherwise, I'm just going to be honest, that's just an excuse to be able to have her here, yeah? Because otherwise it doesn't really make much sense. So the Caribs can burrow fast because it's easier to the... Well, to be fair, it's meant to be the soil, yes, but I mean, there's meant to be tough granite rock, so I love the night vibe with the distant star. Yeah, that was one thing which, I mean, utilizing it to your advantage. I mean, I could have them all in one plane and then have absolute darkness at night, but I like the idea of like it switching to like Alpha Centauri in the night. Could be even released by the other faction. Yeah, that's another possibility. But I mean, the idea was that they brought her to Centaurus to study, and studying did not end up going as well as it was intended to go. But yeah, I just want to kind of like show you guys a quick preview. It's not done. It's a very important thing. It is very much work in progress. So the vegetation is just super basic. I need to put like the kind of this shader onto it, so it's. I'll put day again. This shader onto it, so it's kind of like waving in the wind. So there's still a lot to do there. And yeah, don't have any updates on that fog concept we saw in the last stream. Does this mean we will see a fog bug? Yeah, I haven't touched the fog. Eventually, man. Like that was just messing around, because it sounded like a fun little concept to mess around with. But yeah, that's still to come.
Now, the real question is, will the soul structures be very wet?
Everything. It's literally a global thing, so everything is wet. So anything you put here will be wet. Where it is not wet is on the underside, yeah? So if I find a random rock like this, obviously there's a limitation of tech, otherwise it would be incredibly time-consuming to do. Everything is wet on the top side, but not on the underside, yeah? So you can kind of see that. You can see it better in the night time. You can see it's wet there, but not there.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. You can see it's not shiny. Yeah. But it is shiny on the edge here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what that's a little distraction, because I wanted to have like new locations. I want to put Springbok and Bleatman onto like locations, so we can get additional locations. I want to do Centaurus, since that's quite definitive for the game.
Yeah.
And Sol will come eventually as well.
Cool. So we get to see what the home planet from both factions.
Yes.
So Centaurus and then Earth. Any other biomes? Like the ice planet? Well, the ice planet.
Yeah, that eventually as well. Eventually as well. But like as in now done, none of them. Yeah, because I did Centaurus first because I knew it would be easy. Like it was low hanging fruit, because it's it's meant to red dwarves, they give off very red light, right? Yeah. Dark. I mean, here we're really close to the star, right? Hence why it's massive in the sky, obviously, and it's very red. Light it gives off, but otherwise, if we were to do Sol, like Earth, then yeah, I wouldn't be able to get away with still using the same texture. So I'll need to be doing some remapping. Sorry, mainly the ice one is going to be the most problematic. On Earth, you could probably do like more of a tropical location a little bit, so you don't have to remap all of the units and stuff, because it's you can imagine the problems with that.
Yeah.
But otherwise here, it's all hidden in the super saturated red.
Yeah.
And I wanted it to kind of like feel like a red dwarf, like that it's a planet orbiting a red dwarf. Hence why it is so red, because this is literally what it would look like. Very red. Cheers, guys. I'm happy you guys like it. Have they not learned from the movie, never take the weird alien on your planet? Yes, this is very true. This is very true.
Never take the queen, never take any sort of Xeno home with you.
But importantly, like the vegetation obviously adds, concealment but not cover. Yeah.
Yeah.
So be able to hide in it. And obviously, the advanced weaponry fits right in here. You got a very wet. Well, not so wet. It's not going to be wetter. Yeah. I'm probably going to do 2 layers for the wetness. One for like units, which will be more wet, because they are moving around and stuff, and then another one which is just for the terrain, because I needed the terrain to be wet, but not excessively wet, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Because, but I needed the static object to be more wet, and like literally, if I show you guys, I will. And we're diving into a bit of development here, but if I do pause, select the wetness sheets. Where is it? The material. Yes. Fade factor. Oh shit! I'm an idiot. Okay, I could have done it with that, but it doesn't matter. If we go to the wetness, and it is 0.5. We put it to what I had it before, which was around 8. Then everything is very, very wet. Yeah. And this is the thing I need to like make a shader for it, where there's an actual moving normal map over the top, which would be like kind of like flowing water. This is what I would expect if there was heavy rain, right?
Yeah.
So then everything is very wet. But yeah, this is just messing around with the technology. It looks pretty cool, but then in certain cases, like if you saw this all the time, it would look very meh. You know, especially here, it doesn't look very good. Especially because it's not moving, right? It should be kind of like flowing with water. And it doesn't really fit the kind of rainfall that's here. So, hence why I'm using 0.5. You know, so it's wet, but not super wet. But yeah, that's the thing. So but now we need to make the locations for it. Yeah, I mean, I literally just took a small strategy test. Oh yeah, no, clouds are volumetric, but forget that. But I won't let things fly into them because there's a. Yeah, you can see that. It's to make them. It's to make them performant. Yeah, so they're performant.
So very similar to like the Badlands one, where they're just above the flight.
Exactly.
The flight map.
Precisely. Yeah. But yeah, I don't want to do like excessively heavy rain for like a multitude of reasons. Performance being one of them, because I wanted all the like droplets. If you literally watch, each droplet actually causes an impact. It's a bit excessive, but yeah.
Yeah.
It feels
Will there be
good.
impacts on like the weaponry and stuff as you're walking around? Or that's going to be just too much performance here?
I might actually fake that. Like, well,
okay.
Make it specific because it won't actually impact it because it doesn't have a collider. But I will likely like do an additional thing which will cause a few like raindrop hits on the weapon itself for immersion. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, this is where it's currently at. You know, and like I said, this is really this is not even alpha, right? This is like prototype still, really.
Yeah.
To be fair. This is the direction I wanted to head in with this, you know. If you want to study, do it in space. This is true. This is very true. Because then it re-enters the atmosphere and just burns up on its own. Well, maybe the Queen could survive. Huh. Probably not. Alien mission of escaping captive. Queued up. The flares are maybe a little too big, but yeah, the mood is really good. Actually, they're not too big. So the problem with red dwarves, and this is why, in fact, in reality, this planet would be sterile, is they tend to flare, and they tend to flare a lot as material falls in on them, and they flare up with massive, massive flares, yeah, because they don't have as much gravity as, you know, the sun or something like that. So you do get massive flares. Not this much, yeah. What we currently got here is just absolutely insanely excessive. But the idea is this was also meant to be that it's that as the of course the cloud gets in the way, but as the kind of the particles hitting the atmosphere, it's causing kind of like ionization of it, yeah. But that aside, it was just an effect which I thought would look really nice. I'm just going to be honest. Like, I mean, you know, I don't have to go for 100% realism. It is a little bit stylized. I will agree there, but I wanted to kind of go for a more unique look, shall we say? Love the day and night vibe with the rain and everything. Glad to hear it, man. Glad to hear it. So as for vegetation, it'll be in like because the vegetation is not natural to the planet. Yeah, the planet was literally, well, okay, this is with vegetation. This, yeah, mud, rocks, rain. Yeah, no life at all. So life was added by people, introduced to create, what's it called? Obviously for saying there'll be rice, so there'll be rice fields, but not the rice fields like on things, more like dispersed, because just, on Earth you need to put them into, what's it called? Terraces, because they need to be, in constant water, right? Whereas so they kind of like keep water. Here, because it's raining constantly, you don't need to do that. So there'll be fields of rice, like you would find fields of corn, for example, on Earth. That's what I wanted to have here, like, signs of civilization. Yeah. So it's obviously, on Bolterus, it's a very dead planet. Here, it should not be a dead planet. So you'll find settlements and stuff. What you will not find is Bolterium. Yeah, that's a very important point. And that leads me to the balancing problem of how do I do mining here. So there was two options here. One was to have destroyed harvesters, destroyed silos, and it just spilt all over the place, so you kind of like lap it up, right? That was one option. Another option is you don't like the resources you get, because on Bolterus you don't get resources from you don't use the Bolterium, right? The idea is you mine the Bolterium, and you get, from command, you get funds that you can spend, in essence, right? You don't use the Bolterium on site. You in fact ship that off, right? So you never actually use the Bolterium. So the idea here could be literally something similar, that instead of having a harvester here, you wouldn't actually use a refinery, you'd use something else, right? So you might build fields, for example, right? For resources to kind of like feed the troops and stuff. Something that I will have to kind of like look into a little bit, right? Because it does change the dynamic a little. But other than that, yeah, just currently experimenting with it. And before this gets into like an actual properly playable map, it will take some time. Yeah. Probably the easiest way to do it would be to replace Bolterium with like some other resource that needs to be mined here to keep, the machine grinding on, in quotations.
Could be rare minerals, maybe.
Yeah, it could just be like rare minerals. I mean, it could literally just be, I don't know, I'll have to think something. But otherwise, yeah, it won't be Bolterium. Yeah, Bolterium obviously it just does not occur here. So, as for how much vegetation, I think I mentioned before, there'll be rice fields, there will be patches of forest. So the forest is, it should, the whole idea is that it's in the process of terraforming, yeah, but into its own unique kind of like biome. Yeah, they're not going to terraform it exactly into like Earth, but yeah, if that makes sense.
It's very early days of like rainforest, like very juvenile plants and stuff.
Exactly. So the idea is that the like largest trees, there may be some large trees in this, but they'll be like singular, individual. Yeah. The whole idea is that like you'd have mainly smaller trees that are planted just a couple of years ago. Is that going to be related to how long the match has lasted? Do you mean now the vegetation? If yes, then no, it's just going to be static. If it's raining all the time, why is the planet not flooded? Well, because it's a water cycle. It's all about how much water is available, right? So it is obviously flooded down the mountainsides. There's meant to be like oceans. But why isn't England flooded? Lycan, why is England not flooded?
Don't ask me, it always rains here.
Exactly. The reason is because everything flows off, right? And more importantly, in this location in particular, the Amazon rainforest gets a ton of rainfall, right? Why is that not flooded? Well, because it all flows away. That's one thing. Second thing is it goes into the ground. It's more porous. And third thing is, and that's what's here specifically, is it's hot, right? This planet is not meant to be 25 degrees Celsius. It's meant to be more like 35 to 45 degrees Celsius. Yeah, hot. So the idea is that not hot like as in like Bolterus. Bolterus is meant to be like 140, 130, right? But here, so like above the boiling point of water. Here it's not meant to be, but it's meant to be hot and moist. Yeah, so think like a tropical rainforest. So so you'll get the water evaporating, but of course recondensing in the atmosphere and so on. But mostly it's going to be about runoff. There's a lot of runoff. But things like this is like the rocks and stuff. They'll get heated by direct heating, you know, because obviously like the sunlight, if you want to call it sun, well, it is a sun, right? So the sunlight gets absorbed by the rocks and stuff, and then obviously irradiates that, like heats the water which lands on it, evaporating it. So that's another point why there's constant rainfall. Yeah. It's not entirely realistic, but I thought it would be an interesting kind of concept. I mean, what would be pretty cool, and I mean, to be fair, this is just mainly just for now. Eventually, what I would like to do is so there would be like small, like once I finish a weather system, that might be post 1.0 though, realistically speaking, because there's so much stuff I still need to finish. But what I would like to do is that there'd be, you know, reduced rainfall during the match, right? The rainfall kind of like gets reduced, and then it just ramps up to like, you know, torrential downpours, so everything will become incredibly wet. Ideally, you'd have flows of water, but you know, it's exactly there's technical limitations to that, right? But yeah, that's the kind of idea. But I could do literally a rising level of water. I'd have to write water physics. I've already done that twice in the past. Ironically, once for Take on Mars, that was just for a mod, and then once again for like an internal project. I actually wrote like water physics for Armor Forger, but. Yeah, like, you know, I just write it a third time here, and I could just literally do it kind of like rising water level in that case, but it's just, yeah, feature creep, because that's what screams from that. But yeah, so that's what I've kind of like messing around with at the moment. Oh shit, I missed a lot of questions, sorry. Damaged cargo ship could work. Yeah, true. You could have a damaged cargo ship which crashes, but I think there's no need to be harvesting Volterium here. Realistically, you know, it could literally be you're harvesting the rice fields, you know, just for food. Obviously not with a harvester, because that might look a bit weird. But then again, why not, right? At least have a river. Yeah, true. I could have a river. I wanted to avoid that purely for like technical reasons, right? Then I have to put in water physics and everything. So I might be doing like more of a, you know, low key, maybe prepared for a riverbed, or just a very shallow river. Yeah, so it won't actually affect the physics. Like nothing will float in it, but you know. Scavenging mechanic. Yeah, that's another idea. That's true. But seeing as it will be different material, will then the income also be lower, seeing as Volterium is worth more. Yeah, true. But then again, here it's, you know, you're being paid by your superiors, which are on the planet, so you're kind of like, it's planetary defense. So in fact, the income kind of becomes more of a meta gameplay mechanic rather than actual practical. You know, if you get the point. Will the trees be destroyable? Yes, I would like them to be destroyable. Just like the crystals, I'll do the same way. There will be a particle effect when you destroy them for simplicity. I don't want to do them so they collapse and stuff. It'll just be, it's like, it just adds another headache for stuff to be multiplayer synchronized. Maybe post 1.0. But, you know, given that this is not the main location for the game, no point going overboard, you know. 15 minutes moderately wet and 30 minutes super wet. Oh, I see. So it's like during the match that it becomes like more wet and wet. It would be an interesting mechanic, but I think it might be a bit excessive. Over-engineering for, you know, something which is not going to be the primary play area, if you get what I mean. Hot and moist, worst combo ever. 25 degrees felt, 40 C. Yes, very, very true. I remember in Australia, because I lived there obviously for 20 years. There was a day which was 45 degrees Celsius. It was a heat wave, just a standard heat wave in Australia, in Sydney. And it was 45 degrees Celsius during the day.
Thank you, man. Sorry,
and
I didn't see
in the
your
afternoon,
message.
it rained, but like literally for like 2 minutes. Yeah, and not a torrential downpour either, just like a normal rain. So it all evaporated. Literally, the floor was dry within an hour, but the moisture in that, like in the air, just went up, you know, tenfold. And it stayed 37 degrees Celsius during the night. That was the night I wanted to die because I didn't have AC. I put a fan into the window, blowing at me, and it just felt like an oven. It was just hell. But yeah, that was the only night which I truly suffered like that. Otherwise, everything was pretty okay. Yeah, I love the puddles. So you got puddles. So I mean, if we've got puddles, technically speaking, we should get rivers, right? Yeah, true. I mean, I'll probably do, like I said, I'll probably do very simple rivers. I just want to avoid doing all the complex things like, you know, you have to have flow maps. That's complicated, and all this kind of stuff. So I'll have to do some simple system for doing rivers, yeah, while keeping them looking realistic and good. But yeah, that's the current progress on the Centauri atmosphere. I hope you guys liked it. Or, you know, it'll be fun to play at. It will be it will definitely be more slippery, so the vehicles will slip around more. That should be interesting as well. So in terms of gravity, I've kind of kept it currently to Earth-like gravity. I haven't changed it because, I mean, if I mess around with that, I can. There's no problem with it. I don't think I've actually got it exposed at the moment to show you guys. But, okay, I haven't exposed it. Fair enough, just physics tick. But I could. And if I want to mess around with it, let's have a look. So, wait, I'll stop this. If I change the gravity, let's have a look. Player settings, I believe it's physics. Where is the gravity? 9.8. Alright, here we go. Alright, let's say it was in fact less. So let's say it's something like Mars, yeah, roughly speaking. In fact, let's put Mars. 3.711 kilometers per second. Meters per second. And if we put it now, we're going. Shit's just going to act weird. Yeah, so the main thing is, don't look at this location as like, you don't look for mountains and things like that. Obviously, this is meant to be just setting up the materials, which will be used in whole terrain, and atmosphere, you know, like the day-night cycle and stuff. That's the most important because that kind of like really defines what you do. So let's have a look what happens there. Oh god, yes, this is Take on Mars all over again. Sleepy slip, ready? Yeah, everyone complained about Take on Mars physics being wrong. Look what happens when you drive up onto that. Oh god, this is exactly like Take on Mars. Oh god. The low gravity is just PTSD. This feels the same. Wait, no, this is different. Yeah, this is Mars. This is Mars. For sure, this is Mars. Oh god. PTSD. Back to Mars.
Change it back.
Wait, physics. Let's put it to the moon. That's 1.6, roughly speaking. I forget. Something like that. So,
and then you got Earth's gravity.
Well, I had Earth gravity there. 9.8. 9.811. But, well, depending on where you are. Like above, obviously, Mount Everest, you got slightly higher gravity, very slightly. So we should see a slow falling vehicle. Nah, it's getting set somewhere, man. I swear to God, this is just normal, like, Earth gravity. Yeah, it's Earth gravity.
It's Earth gravity.
What's going on? It must be setting it somewhere. Yeah, this is Earth gravity. Alright. I must be setting it somewhere. I must have done something. I swear I must have done something. I bet I did. Where'd I put it? Physics. So I'll put that back to how it was. We'll look in the code. Close your eyes.
Prepare for a shock. Lines upon lines upon lines.
Nonsense text. That's what it is. World light. Alright. I'll look into the entire solution. 9.8. That should be a very simple way to find it. Ah. Do I literally apply this somewhere? No, it should be literally taking it from physics gravity. You know what? How about, because we want fun, I'll add the parameter here, yeah? So you guys can see. Let's add this. Gravity. And we don't need, in fact, gravity Y. Should be float, and we'll put it. What the hell did I put it as default?
Check on Dram's like and stream later. Let's turn back the volume. Ow! Come on, peek. I could grab this. Let's go. Let's finish this game.
Enemy approaching.
No! What happened?
Enemy approaching.
Teleport down there. Yes, we can. Let's see. Fuck. Ow.
Harvester under attack. Harvester under attack. attack.
We get a siege tank. We only have 2 harvesters. Yeah. What is the... Oh, okay. Well, but we can try.
Enemy approaching.
We can try grabbing a fighter,
Our base is
flying
under
to the
attack.
nest, and apply heavy. Can we do this? This is gonna end badly. Ah! Oh! I'm alive! Where's the bike? Oh! Okay. Guys, I'm gonna try to fly over the nest with heavy. If we have some players ready with heavies and commandos, we can try to take out the nest. Going now. Wish me luck. Okay. No! 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 I couldn't jump out.
Our base is under attack.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Structure lost.
That's coming out of my paycheck. Oh, wait a minute. I got another one. I'm gonna try to approach from north. TP! I see the nest! The queen is out! TP, TP, TP!
Our base is under attack.
We only have one harvester.
Our base is under attack. Our base is under attack. Enemy approaching.
Oh, come on! Get back here! Need to lower the ladder.
Our base is under attack.
Ah, shit. Ah, shit. Come on!
Enemy approaching.
Ah, shit. Come on. I'm gonna escort it to the Valtirian fields. We only have one harvester, Commander. I'm gonna grab it. Oh. Oh. No. Come on. Climb, bitch. Come on. We can try grabbing a fighter and TPing with heavies and commandos and get the queen and the nest. Yeah, fighters, if you can approach the nest through the north, give us visibility and then bail and then get out. We'll need to a TP point with heavies and commandos and end this. Okay, I'm depositing now. We may as well build a couple of refineries with this batch. And try to grab the resources in the middle. Yeah, I am on the harvester right now. Can the fighters approach the nest through the north? Let's try to get this harvester repair.
Our base is under attack.
Will I fit? Yes! I'm repairing the harvester.
Our base is under attack. Our base is under attack. Enemy approaching. Our base is under attack. Harvester under attack. Enemy approaching. Our base is under attack. Enemy approaching.
No.
Structure locked.
We can do this.
Enemy approaching.
Commander, I'm gonna leave this harvester south.
Our base is under attack.
Please take it. I'm grabbing a heavy.
Enemy
Get ready to TP. TP on the nest. And get in cover as soon as you can. TPing, TPing. The queen is out.
Queen's out.
Oh. TP, guys, come on. I can see the queen. Oh god. Keep TPing, keep TPing. The queen is south of the nest. She's out the nest. Commandos and heavies.
Our base is under attack.
I'm dead.
Harvester under attack. Our base is under attack.
Oh, we are getting attacked by in the HQ by the Scorpion.
Our base is under attack.
Oh, he's down.
Harvester under attack.
They got a behemoth and a scorpion pushing up.
Ow.
Harvester under attack. Enemy approaching.
Oh god. How are we gonna do this? Oh! Oh shit.
Harvester under attack. Enemy base. Harvester under attack. Our base is under attack.
Need some imagery to take that behemoth. I'm too low to engage. Oh, it died. Never mind.
Enemy approaching.
Oh!
Our base is under attack.
make this?
Harvester under attack. Our base is under attack.
Oh boy, here comes the queen.
Our base is under attack. Harvester.
Get the queen!
We gotta
Come
take
on!
her out fast, because she's gonna melt through the headquarters.
Structure lost. Our base is under attack.
Come on, almost down! Come on! No! Good shit. That gambit pay off. That tactic paid off, aliens.
That was insane.
Holy shit.
Good game, guys.
Oh my god.
I got so frustrated. I'm sorry, man.
You did it. You did it. You totally did it, man. GG.
Holy hell.
Final.
Does this server got a Discord?
Oh my god.
Yes, we have a Discord. Let me paste the link. Alright, that's me for today. Thank you everyone who has joined me. Thank you for Fanny for passing by. And yeah, see you next time. Peace.
Thank you.